Do you enjoy playing fast tanks? Just like you, I love them too because they offer a lot of opportunities in battle. You can initiate the first spotting of enemies at the beginning of the battle, thereby providing information to your allies. In case of defeat, you can quickly change position within seconds or even flank to a more advantageous spot. It's no coincidence that skilled players choose fast tanks for dealing high damage. In this video, I'll show you the fastest and most powerful tanks in the game. Playing with them feels like you're entering a world of racing, and you can even drift during battles to astonish your allies and make your enemies flee in fear. You'll become a true menace to slow tank destroyers. Without further ado, let's get started with the tank breakdown. Dear friends, I apologize for taking you away from the video, but I've got some exciting news to share. I've recently signed up on Patreon, where I'll be regularly creating various posts about the latest news. There are already a few publications up there. Plus, I'll be interacting with my awesome fans and discussing ideas for upcoming videos. Our game is always buzzing with events, and honestly, it's a challenge to cover every topic with videos. The subscription fee is just $1, and you'll find the link in the description. Now let's dive back into the video. Well, let's kick things off with the Tier 6 tank, the menacing wanderer known as the MT-25. As you might wonder why I'm calling it dangerous. That's because this death machine zooms around the map at a blazing 72 km per hour, while carrying a drum-loaded gun with 4 rounds, each dealing 90 points of damage. And get this, it takes just 2 seconds to unload the entire drum. In that time, you'll dish out 360 damage to your target and zoom away for a reload. Speaking of which, the reload time is pretty quick at just around 10.5 seconds. But beware, this tank isn't exactly armoured, so you've got to play it safe out there. And the main advantage of the MT-25 is that right after it, you'll be able to upgrade to the LTTB, the next tank in this video. It's simply ideal when it comes to the balance between top speed and engine power. With nearly 33 horsepower, it can accelerate to its maximum speed in the blink of an eye. But here's a spoiler. There's another tank coming up that accelerates even faster. However, when it comes to the maximum speed, it's 68 km per hour, not a record-breaking stat, especially considering the MT-25 72 km per hour. But what's better here is the acceleration to that maximum speed. Surprisingly, we even have some armor. After all, this tank's name translates to light tank with heavy armor, and it can indeed take some hits thanks to its sloped armor. The gun is standard, dealing 200 damage with a 5-second reload, but I recommend using the second-to-last gun as it offers better vertical aiming angles. By the way, here are the winners from my recent giveaway of 5 battle passes. Congratulations to these lucky players. You'll receive the battle passes for your account soon. Now let's get back to the video. At the 7th tier, we've got a tank that accelerates even faster. I'm sure you all know it, the Drakula. Everyone wants this tank in their garage. And even though there are stronger tanks out there now, Drakula remains a potent machine for dominating in random battles. It's got everything needed for that, a gun dealing 225 points of damage, 10 degrees of gun depression, screens on both hull and turret, an intimidating appearance, and most importantly, 41.5 horsepower per ton. That's a record figure in the game. Just imagine how quickly it can accelerate to its top speed. However, the top speed is not that high, just 65 km per hour. It's strange, because when you play this tank, it feels like it could easily go at 100 km per hour, but for some reason there's a limit. I almost forgot to mention that the tank has the ability to rapidly repair a damaged track. Let's move on. Moving on to Tier 8, we have the Ru 251, a German light tank that holds a record for the game's highest top speed, a whopping 80 km per hour. While its horsepower per ton might not be the highest, you still feel the speed when you're heading downhill and accelerate to 90 km per hour. It's a real thrill. However, this tank has basically no armor whatsoever. If Drakula had screens for some protection against high explosive shells, here you'll be relying solely on your tracks. On the bright side, you're equipped with an excellent gun dealing 225 damage with a 5-second reload, but the main feature of the gun is its HE shells. They have enhanced penetration, a whopping 102 mm, which allows you to penetrate the front armor of certain tanks, and don't even get me started on their effectiveness against side and rear armor. It's also worth noting the premium tank LT-432, which holds a unique record in the game, not for its forward speed, but for its reverse speed. Yes, it's strange, but it can go in reverse at 30 km per hour. Of course, I haven't forgotten about Angry Connor with its 32 km per hour, but that's more like a monster than a tank. As for our tank, you might think this reverse speed is insignificant, but in reality, this speed often comes to your rescue in battles. Sometimes it's just more convenient and faster to reverse than to turn around. You'll truly feel the benefit only when you play this tank. As for other characteristics, it's all excellent here. It can go forward at 70 km per hour and accelerates energetically. The tank also boasts excellent hull armor and a tiny turret. It's almost as if the developers took the Object 140 and compressed it. In reality, hitting this turret is quite challenging, especially if you're maneuvering forwards and backwards. However, the gun here isn't that impressive. It's a standard gun dealing 280 damage with a long reload time and poor penetration for an 8th tier tank. So, let's move on. At tier 9 I didn't find anything noteworthy, so we'll skip that and jump straight to tier 10. Here we have the Soviet light tank, the T-100 LT. Why this tank? Because it boasts the highest top speed among all tier 10 tanks, a swift 68 km per hour. Moreover, it accelerates to this speed quickly, but that's not all. First and foremost, this tank is very low to the ground, which means you not only have some armor at your disposal, but also become a smaller target, especially when you're cruising at high speeds. As for the gun, it's standard for Soviet tanks. Good damage per minute, poor penetration, and limited gun depression angles. In any case, this tank is strong. It used to be a favorite among stat padders before the nerfs and even after those nerfs. It didn't fall into obscurity. To this day, it remains a formidable opponent in the battle. Let me introduce you to a small advertising integration, where I'd like to recommend a future-oriented service called Binance. Today, it stands as the world's leading blockchain ecosystem, offering a wide range of products. Their ecosystem encompasses the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance Research, providing institutional-level analysis, in-depth analytics, and unbiased information for all participants in the cryptocurrency and digital asset industry. Binance Academy, an educational platform accessible to everyone, offering free blockchain and cryptocurrency education in over 10 languages. The official Binance NFT marketplace, and much more. Become a program participant through the link in the description and unlock numerous opportunities for online earnings and financial investments. Binance offers user support 24 hours a day in over 40 languages. And now, let's return to the video. And there you have it for today. Write in the comments your favorite fast tank, or maybe you're not a fan of playing them and prefer heavy tanks. I'll be delighted to read each and every comment. Until next time, take care and see you soon.